Welcome to the CarrierBliss.com tutorial. When you first log in, you should see the dashboard. The dashboard is what's going to show you all your profitability analytics. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You can see everything it has. It'll show you all your rate per mile for the different van types, revenue per driver, loads per driver, efficiency data, miles driven per driver, etc. Very, very useful and helpful to keep tabs on your profitability. The next tab is your loads board, and this is where you see all your loads. And here's how we get loads into the system. So what we'll do is create a new load. You can put in your starting point to calculate your deadhead, and you can do that at any time. But right now, let's just upload a rate confirmation. We will just choose anyone. You store your rate confirmations in your folder on your desktop, and all you have to do is go and retrieve the rate confirmation that you want and upload it into the system. So you can see it's extracting the data right now, and there we go. All the load details have been entered, and you can, it puts in the instructions from the rate confirmation, but you can add your own instructions however you want right here. Pick up ASAP, whatever you want to do, just put in your notes there and create load. I'm just going to put it right here so I know test load so I can delete it later. And you create your load. And now you will see this load in your load board. And right now it says pending. So you need to go in and assign some information, assign your driver, the deadhead miles, etc. So this one's originating in Houston, Texas. And as an example, let's say we started, our deadheads are going to start in San Antonio. Okay. And we're going to put this one as load has been dispatched. The load type is a flatbed, and we're going to choose our driver, Jose. Here we can calculate miles. So the loaded mile rate right now is $4.28 per mile. So now we're going to calculate our deadhead starting at in San Antonio, and just hit calculate. So over there's 197 deadhead miles from San Antonio to Houston, and it automatically calculated the total rate per mile, including loaded miles and deadhead. See what your total average rate per mile is. Now we can save changes, and now we see this load has been dispatched. Okay, so now that you know how to upload information from the rate confirmations and create a new load, now show you how you can sort your loads. So by default, it goes in descending order on your invoice number all the way down, and you can sort this on any one of these columns. So for example, I could go from the oldest invoice number all the way back up to the newest. You can sort by load type, by broker, by load status, and I always like to toggle to see what my most recent in transit and dispatched loads are. You can sort by driver, by lowest rate to highest rate, or by the lowest miles to highest miles, and so on. You can sort by destination or by pickup delivery date. So I'm going to go back and just put this to the most recent invoice number. And then we can sort even further by load type, flatbeds, reefers, dry vans, power only. We can also just go back to all types, and we can sort by status, pending, dispatched, in transit, or delivered. Let's go back to all status, and you can sort from dates, to and from dates. Or you can simply, if a broker gives you a load that they want status on, if you know what the load number is, you can just type it in here. And any combination of digits, like let's say, for example, one of these 5687, 5 687, and there we go. It's got that load. You can easily pull it up. And same with the invoice number, whatever. This is called a fuzzy search. You can search anything you want here. My driver, okay, there's all of Jose's loads. So anything you need to know, if these aren't doing it for you, the quick sort, you just type in what you need here and it'll pop up. What other thing you should know on the load data is a couple very useful things. Scroll here to the bottom of the load. You can view your rate confirmation by clicking here, and it pops up. Other thing you can do is look at the route details. Now this has all the route details, including the deadhead. So it opens up your Google Map, and picking up in Houston and delivering to Tampa. And it shows you the total miles, and you can see the details. There's from San Antonio to Houston, it's 209 miles, approximately 3 hours and 11 minutes. And then the loaded miles is 972 miles. So this is a good, quick way to gauge your route. Okay, so here I can just cancel this because everything's already entered. Okay, now if you ever want to, you put in a load by mistake, or you just need to remove a load, like I do, because this is a test load here that I did. So I'm just going to click in here and I'm going to put canceled and save. And now it's been removed from my load board. The next item that you can see here is your drivers, and you can add new drivers, and here's where you'll set up all their information on how you pay them. So this guy getting paid per mile, but you can change it to a percentage of rate, and you can enter what the default rate is. So in this case, I'm paying 70 cents per mile, and you can change the rate that gets paid per the different load type. For example, load reefers, you might want to pay a lower amount because you have a higher fuel cost. Doesn't matter. You have the flexibility to change these and pay different rates per different load type. And here also is where you're going to create the driver login credentials, and that can be whatever you want. It could be their email, it could be a username you make up, and you can keep the password blank so that when they log in, they can create their own password, or you can create one for them, and then you'll simply click on update credentials here. So that's how you set up your drivers. Your team is where you will add dispatchers or other admins that will be able to administer the account. Your drivers, let's go to the billing tab. So when a load has been delivered, you can go in here and click on the date it was factored if you use a factoring company, or the date the invoice was sent. And when you receive payment, either from the factoring company or the shipper, you put that date in here and it'll mark as paid once you put the date in. So let's go ahead, and if there's any additional charges, you can, let's say if there's layover or lumper fees, you can add those in here to send to the shipper. And once you've done that, you click download PDF, and the invoice is generated to send to that shipper. I'm going to cancel this. Then you'll go to your driver settlement statements, and if there's any outstanding settlements that you haven't paid, it'll be up here, and you'll click that and generate the settlement statement. These have already been generated, so I'll just open one up so you can see. So you have the ability to add items. In this case, there was tarping that I paid extra for. I added that item, and you can choose whatever it is you need to add for compensation. You could also put in deductions. If you have a loan you've set up with them and they make a monthly payments, you can put in that and just type in the description loan and the amount that they're paying towards that loan. That's all done. You click export PDF, and the driver settlement statement is there and ready for you to send to the driver. So here's where you can see your tax settlement statements. You can adjust this to any date. This is showing year to date, and so you can see you can generate the payment statements for your drivers at any time. Note that this is not the official IRS forms. This is like a template you could use when you generate your actual 1099s that can be filed with the IRS. But here again, the subscription page, if you want to upgrade, if you get more than 10 trucks, you can update it at any time. You can cancel your subscription here. The archive, here's where all your canceled loads go. If you can't find a load, you've canceled it, it'll go here. And then settings is where you can upload your company logo and all of your company information here so that it'll populate on your settlement and driver statements. So that is CarrierBliss in a nutshell. I hope you find it useful. I know for me, I use it every day, and I was actually able to take up dispatching duties. It started saving me about $8,000 a month that I was spending on dispatcher, just because now it's just so easy to enter loads and keep track of everything. Really helps me stay organized. So hope you've signed up for the 14-day free trial. There's no credit card needed. And please feel free to call or email if you need help or have any questions, or even if you'd like to see some additional features. We're always adding and improving CarrierBliss.com.